All right, would you like to start by introducing yourself?
That sounds good. My name is Carolyn. I grew up in Ridgefield, Connecticut, which traditionally gets lots of nor'easters and stuff like that. But when I was in middle school, we had 2 hurricanes.
And that is what we are talking about today.
Fun.
Yes, I'm off here. All right, so let's first start off with how old were you when you experienced your first hurricane?
I was 11 and 12.
11 and 12, that's pretty young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'twas not but a baby.
And where were you living exactly?
I was living right downtown in the house that I had grown up in Ridgefield, Connecticut.
And which hurricanes? You said there were 2 of them that you went through, correct?
Yes, so the first one was Hurricane Irene, and the second one is the infamous Hurricane Sandy, which was far bigger and caused a lot more damage, so it got a lot more famous, especially since it basically destroyed New Jersey.
So, yeah, I heard since you were so young whenever it happened, did you know what was going on? Like, did you have any concept of what a hurricane was, really?
I mean, I was used to really severe thunderstorms because the New York, New Jersey area is where you get winds from the north, south, and west all converging. So you get really crazy thunderstorms that you don't get here at all the same way. And this was like that on steroids. But I definitely understood what was going on. I probably wish I hadn't.
Yeah, it's probably really, really scary to even think about.
The scary part was we had a 100-foot tall tree, maybe 1.5 feet from our house, right in front of all the bedrooms. And if it fell on our house, we were just not gonna do well.
The most we get here in Michigan is just tornadoes and the occasional earthquake.
Weather here is boring. I also had a tornado back east.
Yeah. All right, so since we kind of answered it, but we kind of didn't, how would you describe the experience of going through a hurricane? Like, was it scary?
I mean, my house was built in 1780, so it shook the entire time.
Yeah.
And you could feel the wind going through the building, even though you couldn't physically feel it. The way that the house shook and the way you could hear the wind outside, it felt like it was right there. Not to mention, I can't remember which hurricane it was at this point, I will admit, because I was younger. My trampoline in my backyard got picked up by the wind, and my dad went outside to stop it from blowing into a car or a house or a person, and the netting part of it flipped over and landed on top of him like all I can describe as a giant spider, because I'm terrified of spiders, to which I followed out after him, and my mother screamed from the house.
The trampoline ate him.
Yep, my dad got eaten by a spider trampoline. That was...
And to wrap everything up, was there anything else you wanted to share? Any points you needed to make?
That while it is terrifying and destructive and horrible, I will say there were moments when it was beautiful. Looking outside and watching everything swirl like you were in the middle. I've seen a tornado in person, and it felt like if you blew a tornado up and added rain, and you could hear it and feel it, and it was definitely awe-inspiring. Terrifying, but awe-inspiring, as I think a lot of nature is.